Hey, what's up, Sagittarius? It is October. Well, this is your October reading. So we are officially in Libra season. So this means you're definitely going to be just chilling as always, Sagittarius. And I actually think that things will be going pretty well for you in Libra season. You probably will be going through some things that call for justice to be called. I know at the end of September things got a little crazy for some of you, but then at the same time some things happened that were really good for some of you as well. So let's go ahead and see what's happening for October for you, my lovely Sagittarius. All right, so starting with the beginning of October. I don't know what kind of accent that was, don't even ask. Okay, so we got the first two cards out. Let me move that up. Okay, so in the beginning, the energy that's going to be surrounding your situation in the beginning of October is the Five of Swords in reverse. So someone may feel like they lost a situation or lost someone, or maybe lost some form of communication with someone that they cherished at one point. They could be feeling left out. So let's go ahead and see what this is all about. This is definitely air energy so far. Knave of Pentacles in reverse. So you may have dropped the ball when it comes to finances, or you may feel like you're not aware, or you don't feel like you don't have, you feel like you don't have the material things that you want, like not all of them yet. Or maybe you're still trying to figure out how to get to all of them. More details on that card, please, for Sagittarius. Yeah, so this could be you, Sagittarius, for sure. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. It's like you're still trying to figure out how to become a leader. You're still trying to figure out how to control your emotions. You're still trying to figure out how to be, enthusiastic but not get mad when things don't go your way. Or you're still trying to figure out how to keep the fun level with the anger level. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to figure out how to get that balance just right still. But what I do like about that card, we have the Leo card here, so it could be a Leo. But what I like about this card is this is about usually a fire woman or a fire sign who is, learning how to really come into themselves as a leader, learning how to really blossom into the powerful person that they are as a fire sign. So I do think as a Sagittarius, this is speaking of you. And you're still finding that. You're still on the path to that. Three of Wands in reverse. So maybe something that you thought was going to happen, you're not waiting on it anymore. Or maybe you've given up hope, or you don't want to wait on it anymore. You're not worried about waiting on something. This could have involved a Virgo. And needing assistance, needing help to get to the next phase for yourself. I feel like you were waiting, but now I feel like the only person you can trust to get you to a certain position in life is you. Does that make sense? Sorry, y'all. So, yeah, I feel like there's a certain... It's not, desperate, but it's like you feel like the only person you can trust is yourself. And in some ways, that's good, but depending on who you are, that can be really, really dangerous as a Sagittarius. We have Two of Wands here. So this is my confirmation card. So if you're trying to get to something or you're trying to get something, you will receive it in Libra season. Now, what I also see it for this card is, the expansion. What do you want more of? So let's see. What is this Two of Wands? What are we trying to debate if we want in the future? What does this deal with in the Sagittarius life? I think you're trying to figure out where you went wrong, maybe with your soul's purpose. I feel like you're trying to backtrack and look down the road of the decisions you made, or maybe just figure out what is it that doesn't go with your life. What is it that doesn't fit you? What is it that doesn't fit what you want, what you see your life becoming as a Sagittarius? Your mental plan. And the thing that you keep trying to fix. And I feel like it's your love life. I feel like you're missing the signs and you need to shake it up. It's time to stop not getting recognized. It's time to just move on. It's time to stop trying to make something work that isn't for you. Excuse me. It's time for you to speak up. I feel like for some of you, there's been a block in your throat chakra. Almost to the point where you feel like you need like you can't express yourself with your vocal cords. You have to express yourself with fighting, maybe. I think that's how you felt in previous times, or maybe last month, for sure, for some of you. And I think it's more mind over matter for you at this point. I think once you can get a hold of your mental state and understand your power and understand how you work, I think you're still trying to figure out how you work as a person. I think you're still trying to figure out what's going on, how you work, what I think you're trying to figure out what your next step is even going to be, because you're like, I don't even know what I'm going to do next, you know? That's not bad, though. That's just self-exploration, you know? Life of a Sagittarius, what can you do? So let's go into the middle of October. So definitely in Scorpio season, I do think things will start to maybe not speed up physically, but I do think mentally you'll start to be able to prepare more of what you want to happen for yourself. But let's go ahead and see what comes up middle of October for Sagittarius. Okay, so we got all three cards come out at the same time. So what is going to be surrounding King of Pentacles? So this could be involving your finances, your work, or your career life. Or this could be, you know, dealing with an actual earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So let's go ahead and see what this deals with. Chariot card. This Cancer energy. What drives you? What motivates you? This is finding the balance between two things that don't usually work, but figuring out how to get them to work so that we can get to the destination. In literal terms, this is about a car and transportation. This is also a victory or a success. You know, this is winning in some type of way. This is getting to the next step, getting to the next destination that was planned. But this is also having a sense of self and a sense of like a mission. Like, you know what you want. So what do you want? What motivates the Sagittarius? The High Priestess. Experiences in life. The thirst for knowledge. Wanting to know more about what's going on. Wanting to be more balanced when you are dealing with things. If you see here, in the Chariot, we have the two Sphinx here, black and white. And then we have the two poles here, black and white. And these are both symbolizing balance, harmony, bringing opposing forces together to create something that stands solid in its foundation. It's all beautiful. So this is almost, I want to say, a coming together. Definitely a coming together between, it could be man and woman, or just those energies coming together. Knowledge, motivation, support, I feel like. In a long way. I feel like this is something that didn't just happen overnight. This is definitely something that's been, it's been started for a while now, whether you realize it or not. Any more information on what this is? What type of... Okay. So this is about something where you're not just rushing into things. You're really sitting back and taking time to think about your decision you're making. And this could deal with a job. This could very well deal with a job, or again with a boss, or maybe someone who is a coworker. Dealing with finances. But I don't think you're arguing. I think you want to shake things up, but you're afraid to ask for it, maybe because you're afraid you won't get the recognition that you want. And if that happens, then you feel like you're not achieving what you need out of your life. And it almost will make you feel like you're in hell, because like that work, I feel like the work is so important to you, or at least what you strive for, your status is so important to you, that you'll almost not become cold, but you'll almost become distant, you know, if things don't go out in your way, if things don't play out in the way that you want it to. And here are the cards that I just read. If I can get all of them here. So we move into the Three of Swords in reverse. So I think whatever it was that was hurting you, I think you're moving past it. I do think that you have forgiven them, but you haven't forgotten. And I think that's going to carry you into keeping your boundaries, no matter which way you were hurt or let down. How were they hurt? It was a secret that was exposed. Something came out. There was a truth revealed. It was probably something you didn't know about, or something you didn't, it was something that you were told, and it was the truth, but it wasn't something that you were expecting. And I think it really made you kind of sink into yourself. And first, it made you internally be sad and kind of mopey, but on the outside, you were ready to fight. And you probably did spark up some fighting, but now you feel like that was the wrong thing to do. That was the wrong decision to make. And so you may feel like, you just did the wrong thing. But now I think you just need to rest on it and find your inner strength again as a Sagittarius, and just figure out how to move on, how to take the loss. Whether this was a situation where you literally lost, or it was a situation where you won in the moment, but later on you sat with it and you thought about it and you were like, I shouldn't have done that. Give it a little bit more time. I'm going to say just rest on it and give it a little bit more time. You can reflect on it. But it was definitely a moment of probably arguing, if not fighting, for some of you. And I think it had you kind of, second guessing what you did. We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse here. It's Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. I usually associate that card with Capricorn, so let's go ahead and see what that's about. What is that dealing with? And that's also the card of someone who is unfaithful. Yeah, this could have been you though, Sagittarius. You kind of dipping out, or you doing something you didn't want to necessarily deal with the consequences later of. Yeah, something that, could have made the other person feel betrayed, or something that you've done over and over. Something that emotionally you knew was right or wrong, but however you felt about it, it's something that you just knew. And I think it was a weak moment for you, or made you feel really self-conscious about yourself. If it wasn't you that did this, could have turned your world upside down, or made you feel like, why did I fuck my whole world up? Depending on which side you're on, and it forced you to really look at things from the inside out, from how you feel about it, and then to actually physically prioritize it in the physical world. What do you really want? That's what this situation made you do. It made you think about, emotions, past relationships, past trauma, past events in your life. And then you realize you need to shake things up. You need to get back to feeling and get back to being happy about being overwhelmed with all the things that are happening in your life. It can happen, but are you willing to really go after that? Whoa. Yeah, it's like your life and your strength are tied in one. And for some reason, I feel like you want to be strong. You want to be able to pull yourself out of this, but you can't catch your grip right now. And I'm not sure why that is. It's almost like you're on slippery lands right now. Let's go ahead and go to the end of your October, Sagittarius. Here's the first card. So the energy is going to be involving maybe an Aries. We have the Fool card in reverse. So this could be starting something new, but this could be something new that you have done before. So it's new for the moment, but it's something that you've already done before, something you're experienced with, or someone that you know, something that you are familiar with. It could have been something from your past. You never know. So let's go ahead and see what this involves. So we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. And I believe, was it Leo that just had this? One of the other videos that I just did today had this card as well. I think it doesn't matter. But this is really about, being kind of vulnerable and denying yourself the help that you really need. And kind of telling yourself, I'm good. Not asking for help when you really need it. Maybe feeling vulnerable. But why is this? Why do you feel like that? Why does Sagittarius feel like this? Why does Sagittarius feel like this? Because you're focusing on all the bad things. You're not looking at the blessings that you do have. You're not looking at the potential that you can, turn into success. You're looking at all the things that you want to change and all the things that you're looking at things that you're not appreciating. You're looking at the bad things in your love life. You're looking at not how much you're getting paid. You don't think it's enough. You're looking at, oh, I don't know how I feel emotionally. I don't know how to, you have to put a little bit more work into yourself as well, Sagittarius. Like, you can't just go through you can, but to really grasp the full life experience, as a Sagittarius, I feel that you should try not to be so, what's the phrase that they use for you guys? A mile long and an inch deep. So it's like you guys can be so into a conversation, right? And super into it. And then out of nowhere, someone will be like, they'll ask you something about what you guys are talking about. And you'll be like on something totally different. Like, you won't even realize that you didn't just, you won't even realize that you were blunt to someone and hurt their feelings. You won't realize that you paid someone and then you forgot that, you didn't pick up your food afterwards after you paid. Something like that. It's like you guys kind of live literally in the moment, and then after that, that's it. Like, there's no telling where you guys are at. So you and Aquarius have that in common. That's who had this same card. It was Aquarius. Yes. So go check out Aquarius. I'm sure a lot of you have Aquariuses in your life. But yeah, there's this sense of detachment that I'm seeing here, but I feel like you recognize that there is detachment. It's just you're not ready to do something about it, but you need to. I definitely think it's time to. It's not, your soul isn't here to just settle. And I feel like you know that, but you don't really care to change it. I don't know. Karma. So it will be coming in the end of October for you. Let's see in what ways will karma be showing up for Sagittarius. Could be dealing with an Aries. Or maybe if you had something that went down on the Aries full moon, that situation may be coming back up. If this is dealing with an Aries, you may have a situation where some karma comes from him or to her or to whoever it's dealing with, karma is coming to that person. This could also be something that you try to do that's new and it ends up, backfiring in your face. So we have the Seven of Cups here at the end of your October, ending off your reading. Options, lots of emotions, and there may be lots of emotions connected to lots of different things or connected to one thing. So it may be really hard for you to understand how you feel about something. And you may start to feel trapped mentally, trapped in your thoughts because there's too many emotions connected to one thing and you can't figure out how to end that shit. You might not be able to figure out, how to get out of that mind state. And we will be in Scorpio season by this time. So it may be a really, really tough time for a Sag who's not really in touch with what's going on to be aware of their surroundings. Because I feel like Scorpio is one of those signs that kind of need that, or they do that more than others. And if you're not able to do that, you may not be able to keep up, and it may become really stressful for you in Scorpio season. But I also feel like you are so focused on being recognized or being seen as the happy one maybe, that you forget that you have to take care of yourself. But this is also something that I feel like you will be learning in Libra season. So in the beginning of October, the end of September, this is something that you kind of learned. Everything happens for a reason. And I think you've also learned what balance is and what, friendship is. How much effort to put into things, when to stop something. Yeah. All of these things are being learned. Now, when you have to keep learning these things, it's up to you and your actions. But this is all things that you're learning throughout October. And I feel like it's going to be a really strong learning curve for you. And I feel like a lot of you will be able to really embrace it, but some of you won't be able to take it, honestly. But if you, by the end of October or whenever, if you start to just feel overwhelmed, you can email me. If you need a personal reading, you can email me. If you just feel like the energies are getting weird and you just need to know what crystals to use, you can email me. What teas, incense, anything of that sort. Just let me know. Email me, message me, contact me. You can call me on Instant Go. Message me on Instant Go. Hit me up. I really enjoy reading for you all, and I hope everything gets better for you guys, and I hope that everything is going smooth and that you're able to ride the wave. I'm sure you'll be able to, but just I really hope that mentally you stay clear. Think before you do, Sagittarius, but keep that go with the flow mentality, all right? Please leave a like, a comment, or a subscribe, or tap that notification bell if you would like to be a part of my family. I would love to have you here with me. I'm Love from a Leo. If you would like a personal reading, contact me. I'm here for you. And as always, if I'm not your favorite Leo, one day I will be. And until next time, I will see you, Sagittarius, very, very soon. Bye.